Hello guys, welcome to my channel. The less is more. So today we will discuss an editorial from the Hindu, and it is about the new topic, that is semiconductor, as our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has envisioned to make India a semiconductor hub. Okay, so it is in this context that this editorial is in the news, and let's start the editorial. What the author has to say. Chip Tactics. The title of the editorial is Chip Tactics. The government has made a fresh bid to attract major global chip manufacturers in the country. At the Semicon India Summit last Friday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi told prospective investors that the government had drawn on their suggestions after the first such conference last year and taken proactive decision to address areas of concern. Apart from low corporate tax rates and SOPs for all new manufacturing projects and SOPs for all new manufacturing projects, he said the incentives offered to tech firms to set up production facilities under India's semiconductor program have been scaled up to 50% financial assistance. So essentially, the government would bear half of the typically large investment outlays that companies commit to undertake. Ahead of Mr. Modi's US visit, the decks were cleared for $2.75 billion assembly, testing, marking and packaging facility in Gujarat proposed by the US based Micron Technology. The deal, perhaps nudged by the two countries' cooperation pact to build a semiconductor supply chain, has piqued investor interest and spurred Micron suppliers to explore the option of co-located facilities, with several countries seeking to de-risk themselves from the dominance of China in the chip manufacturing supply chain through collaborative or friend-shoring arrangements. The rationale for the enhanced pitch to investors is unquestionable, but the competition is already fierce. The $52 billion financing support announced by the US for semiconductor makers in 2021 has drawn over $200 billion in commitments. Would by an array of subsidies, Intel alone has committed $80 billion in outlays across the European Union. In India, $10 billion was a production link incentive scheme was unveiled for chip makers in late 2021. A $20 billion venture announced by Vedanta and Foxconn last year has, however, come undone. It is critical that the Micron investment is handheld till fruition to create an effective exemplar effect. Apart from incentive, investors also need to see evidence of stable operating environment with a predictable policy framework that is not amenable to knee-jerk deviations such as export curbs to cope with shortages. They would also compare India's trade linkages with world markets through bilateral or multilateral compacts and its approach to tariffs on myriad components that may need to be shipped in. The Prime Minister's assurance of understanding the needs of the global chip supply chain needs to be matched by actions to assuage such concerns. There could still be many a slip between the lip and the chip. So here the author is saying that every country, US, European Union, are giving so much incentives. These governments are giving so much incentives to semiconductor chip makers. So lately the India has also announced the production link incentive scheme for the semiconductor production companies, but due to huge investments and the subsidies supported by European Union and US, major companies has invested and gone to US and EU rather than coming to India from China. Okay, and even right now the world is also concerned about the disruption of supply chain in future in case of anything happen like COVID-19. During COVID-19, the China has cut off the semiconductor exports, so that the world is trying to diversify the supply chain. Okay, for semiconductor and not be dependent single-handedly on the China. Okay, so that's why the India is also emerging as the semiconductor chip hub. But for attracting the investors or the big companies, the government has to offer more and have to create ecosystem for semiconductor chip. So on the US state, which is Micron Technology, has shown interest to coming to Gujarat, not for manufacturing the chip but packaging, testing and some other activities. So that would not make the chip Micron Technology, but it will assemble, testing, marking and packaging facility in Gujarat. Okay, so that some investors might show interest, manufacturing investors might show interest for co-locating the facilities. Okay, so this was for today, and let me write down the 5 new words that I would like to find out from this fresh bid. And second is prospective investor. Third, Semicon India Summit. Commit to undertake. And fifth, assembly, testing, marking and packaging. Guys, these are not just the words, but these are the keywords that I will use. So that's why sometimes it's a composition of 2 words, not just a single word. Okay, so that you can immediately recollect or reproduce in the exam or during writing your answers. Okay, so this was for today. I also recommend you to write down the 5 new words that you would like to use in your daily conversation, as well as writing answers for mains, be it UPSC or state PCS, whatever the competitive exams you are preparing for. Okay, so that you can use it in your daily conversations. Okay, so please do comment in the comment section. And I am inspiring you to take the action, not just I am not saying you to again watch my videos or subscribe or like or the share, but I am inspiring you to take the action. So that's why just do comment in the comment section, because our channel, that's why the name of the channel is the Less is More. Just comment 5 new words. Okay, so till then, this was for today. Till then, bye bye, signing off for the day.